Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakakadash. Double honors unto the elder apostles at Great Millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, this is a video about how to show that these devils are very evil and they take good for evil. And they put good for, they put evil for good and they end good for evil. Right? Now, this is about something that is actually good, but they're trying to make it evil by using their media and stuff like that, because they believe in freedom of doing what you want, because they're the devil. Do what thou wilt, which is a quote from Aleister Crowley, that devil worshiper, which is what every musician eventually and a lot of these Satanists worship. One of the top guys that they worship. A Swedish Edomite male arrested for being too buffed. Man's body led Swedish police to suspect steroid use, despite ruling that muscles alone are not ground for arrest. But in this case, they were right, because these devils, they never had muscles like that. Only now is recently they started growing muscles like that, because these devils was always, weak looking. They got their weapons. That's why they're tough. Hey, weapons make the man, right? Or make the devil. But then back in the days when when I was growing up, at least in the 90s and stuff like that, and they always used to print this in your mind, like, we as Jacob descendants, we can grow muscles faster. If I was to go to the gym with a devil, and he was to train 3 hours a day, and I was to do the same, I would be bigger than him, even if we did exactly the same things. And not just me, every other Jacob descendant could do that. But then again, not every other Jacob descendant can play basketball, so it's not on 100% tip, but it's on a larger majority type tip, because I can't play basketball, man. I don't even want to try. But then the point is, it's not one of my interests. But then the point is this, that they used to say this back in the days, and that's why nowadays they have steroids, because they want to, still surpass our people, right? So I'm gonna go up in this article now. It says here, police in Malo arrested a man after approaching him because his muscular physique led them to suspect steroid use. They interviewed the man in the street, but their suspicion grew when he was reluctant to answer their questions. After they obtained a warrant to search his home, they discovered over 20,000 pills and vials of performance-enhancing drugs, including steroids. So they was right. He told police that the drugs were for personal use. Right, 20,000 pills. That's great. Before you're done with this, you're dead, right? And denied that he was a dealer. Devil. But the 150,000 kroner, $21,000 in cash and packaging material in the apartment led the court to believe otherwise. The Swedish news site Local News reports text messages about drug deals strengthened the case against him, and he was sentenced to 21 months in jail. He probably got smaller after that, punk. A female who sheltered his apartment denied all knowledge of the drugs, but was also found guilty and sentenced to a year and a half in prison. Good, it's good. Earlier this year, after a similar incident, the Swedish Justice Ombudsman warned police that big muscles are not adequate grounds for arrest. Fuck your opinion. That's just your opinion, piece of shit. But the point is this: drugs. We all know that these steroids things are bad. But what are these devils doing through their media? They're doing dumb shit like this: muscle profiling by Swedish police. I heard that Tony Freeman was taken into custody by Swedish police and forced to submit to steroid testing for being too muscular. Yes, that's a good thing. Do the Swedish really hate muscles that much? You see, then they ask satanic questions like this. They're already putting in your mind with some satanic meanings. They're the devil. So they're going to have that snake tongue to make you go to their side. Like, yeah, do they really hate muscles then? No, what it is, they hate steroids. They hate fake things. They hate dangerous things. They hate things that will cause people's heart to blow up. That will cause people to actually go on a rage and start beating up people. Because Sweden is they're fucking racist. Don't get it twisted. But amongst themselves, they're peaceful. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, they're the devil too. Just because they're peaceful amongst themselves doesn't mean that they're not the devil. Okay? So don't get that twisted. It's like the friendly ones went to the Native Americans, then went back, and then came the cavalry, rape, rob, murder. And the rest is history. I'm not forgetting. Just like how these devils don't forget Hitler, they don't forget 9/11. I'm not forgetting what you devils did. The Tuskegee experiments, that's just, was just minor. Slavery, what about that one? But anyway, so this shows you that these devils, they will push these lies of them, the twisting of the fact that steroids are dangerous and you shouldn't be taking them because you're little weak bastards and you need these steroids just to feel strong. You're just like a female that needs plastic surgery just to look good because you're fucking ugly. Yeah, according to yourself, by the way, and your actions show it. So, you know, dear dummies, the Heavenly Father doesn't make mistakes. This is Lisa Turtle. I remember her from Saved by the Bell. Back in the days, I looked at her. I was like, eh. Now she looked like a raccoon. Lisa Turtle. Lisa Turtle. Now she used to look real good, but this is why I called her a raccoon, because she got them two things on her face. I don't know. Raccoon. A raccoon looked like a bandit, right? Well, she looked like a raccoon to me. But here, she already had red cheeks, so she was already fucked in the head. This is what happens when you don't teach your daughters right, and then you let them loose in the midst of these Edomites, which are 100% fucking prettier than them, nor you wouldn't be want to fucking look like them. So you're destroying them by not teaching them that they're beautiful. And this is what happens. But then again, they are the weaker vessel. That's why they need to be told that they're beautiful. I ain't got time for that shit. I have better things to do. I have new PlayStation games coming out weekly nowadays, so I ain't got time to be pep talking your dumbass. It's out of my league. I can't help you. According to them, the Heavenly Father can't even help them. Look at them. The Heavenly Father gave them this. Well, not this shit on their head, but He gave them this, and then they go for Esau. So, I can't help them. I can't. I literally can't. Now, you have things like this. There's another article, like I said. They are changing. This is what they're doing. Amos chapter 5, verse 15. That's why you got to watch these devils. They use their media to basically swing you toward their way of thought and their mindset. Meanwhile, they teach this. I remember this devil trying to teach me this in school. I was very young. I was like, what? I think I was, 11? 11 and 12. It happened multiple times. 11, 12, 13, 13. You know, they came with this to me. Too much sun is bad for you. I looked at them and I start laughing. They say when your body defends itself against UV rays, our body doesn't defend, it absorbs it. Is another thing. Your skin tans. Yeah. Your skin browns is what you're supposed to be saying. Because these devils, they use fancy words. Because the word tan, it means yellowish brown color. But they don't want to say that. They don't want to say, fuck me, yellowish. It's not no goddamn yellowish. It's brownish, right? But they don't want to say that. So they use fancy words. That's why you got to watch these devils. They're snake tongue. They have a snake tongue, man. You don't get it. That's why our people need to be taught, like, listen, watch out for these devils. They will use words and then trick you, right? Your skin tans or darkens. Too much sun exposure allows UV rays to reach your inner skin layer. It doesn't. It's the point of me. Wait. The point of me reading this is to show you that, look, we're not the same. The things that they believe in are the things that they want to push into your mind so that you also think and believe like them. That's not the case. We're not the same, right? You know, if we are the same, why is the racism coming from these devils? And then when you defend yourself by being racist yourself, right, hating them with hate toward them, then they call you a racist. But that's the fun part. They haven't seen anything yet. You know this. You know this as sunburn. This can cause skin cells to die, damage, or develop cancer. Oh, okay. For you, right? Now they're talking about dumb stuff like body shaming, right? Body shaming. I type this in on Google. What is body shaming? Okay, social stigma of obesity. The social stigma of obesity or fat phobia has caused difficulties and disadvantages. They're talking about that this is body shaming. Actually, I'm taking care of you, you fat piece of shit. You gotta understand this is very unhealthy. If you really love your family, you know what I'm saying? Folk, so-called black females, right? If you really love your family, why you fat? You gonna die. You know you're gonna die, and then you're gonna leave them kids alone and stuff like that. You know, just an example. It goes for the men too, but I'm not focusing on you right now. I'm focusing on just being fat, especially females. Why? Because they are the ones that are feeling the fat shaming or whatever they call this nonsense thing. Oh yeah, body shaming. Sorry, body shaming thing. They're the ones that are feeling it. Men ain't feeling it. Like you gonna body shame a man for having a big belly? What? I have seen rich men with bigger bellies than. I always use this picture as a common picture. This one, right? Oh no, that's not even it. But it's good too, right? So when oh this one, this is what I was looking for. Of course you can see they're South Americans. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if they're tear babies or not. I don't know. This is definitely a Latina female. But the point is, she's all hugging up on him and stuff like that. He about to die and leave her some money, and then she gonna fuck another young dude, and that's what they do. Okay, this is self-explanatory. They just looking for Esau. That's their greatest love. That's just funny. 9 out of 10 out of them. If you come here to Holland, 9 out of 10 Asian-looking people are with Edomites. I'm so laughing because it's funny. It's just funny. It's just funny. But the point is that, you're not fat shaming this guy, man. You know what I'm saying? So females get affected with the fat shaming thing, and they know this, and that's why they're trying to help them. But you gotta understand obesity. What is the obesity? Let me say I'm fat shaming you because of your fatness, right? Obesity, right? So now I'm going over here and typing in the word. I just had it. Really? What's happening? Hmm. Probably clicked it away. Oh, here it is. Here. Here, obesity. Obesity is a complex disease involving an excessive amount of body fat. Obesity isn't just a cosmetic concern. See, it is a medical problem that increases your risk of other diseases and health problems, such as heart diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, and certain cancers. So, a person actually making fun of you is actually because, first and foremost, you're not supposed to be like that. Second, you're unhealthy. So they're doing it unconsciously for your own health. If you love that person, that's another example, you would do it consciously. But if you don't know that person, you're just gonna be looking at them like, "God damn, you fat." You don't look that good. I went to America and I saw the fattest person in my life. I saw the fattest person in my life within. Let me see. It was before 2000, before the 9/11 thing. Within I got off the airplane. I went through the thing. I got my luggage, and then we went outside, and then I saw the fattest, and he was short. Was it Jake? I saw the fattest person in my life. Within within an hour of being in the country, but within 30 seconds of leaving the airport, like getting out of the how you call that? These things. These things. I got out of this and I saw the fattest person in my life. you know, that's America. And I looked at the guy and I was looking at him and I was like, man, that's I've never seen this before. So that was funny. And, right. So it's actually sorry. It's actually something that is not supposed to be. So, but now they calling it body shaming, or they calling it fat phobia, if I'm correct. Yeah, fat phobia. But the word phobia, it goes into fear because the word phobia, as I looked it up here, phobia, irritational fear, That doesn't really go into irritation because when you see a spider, you're not irritated. You're scared as shit, especially if it's a big spider and it falls on your lap or on your shoulder or something like that, you know, and you didn't notice it until you saw it. You gonna jump, jump around, jump, jump. You're gonna really, you know, you're gonna flee. You're gonna run. The word phobia goes into basically you want to run away. You want to flee from it. You know, the object of fear and terror, originally flight. That's what you want to take. You want to take flight, fear, panic, fear, terror. It has nothing to do with irritation, man. Irritation arouses anger. So when you let's say they say on the fat phobia or whatever they call it, sodomy phobia, right? Phobia. Right here is it. Let's say you see some person like this and you're irritated by it because this doesn't scare you. This is not phobia as how they use it. Like, oh, it's phobia. Nah, you use it because you looking at that person like, hey man, stop eating. It's very irritating when you see somebody like that. Keep on eating like you don't need to eat. You have a disorder, a sickness. You have a sickness, but you don't get it, right? So it says here, a phobia is a type of anxiety disorder. See, he's scared, and it's not a disorder. Being scared of spiders is not a disorder. These devils want to claim everything like they know everything better. They're the devil. They're lying to you while telling you the truth at the same time. That's why they got snake tongue. They tell lies and truth at the same time. Like I said, for example, I always use this. For example, War Child. They want you to send money to War Child, but how come these children are in war? They do it. Babylon does it. They're the one that do it, which is America. The modern day Babylon is America. But they're the ones that are causing this. I'm gonna give you an example. You have in Africa, you have child war, right? Child and I forgot the name, but you have a certain name for it. So they pick these children up and then they give them a gun and then they go, you know, they give them coke and then they send them out to war. But why do these children need to fight? Why do these grown-ups recruit children to in order to fight? Because their country has been taken over by a bunch of house busters. So what they're doing, they're trying to fight their fellow countrymen because their fellow countrymen, this side is working. It's like North Korea and South Korea. The North Korea is not down with America and doesn't take bribes and wants to keep their traditions and stuff like that. But South Korea, they're fucking Americans basically. So that's what is happening over here. If you devils stayed out of Africa, then they wouldn't have to be killing people to take over the power seat. Because the rich Africans, which they was made rich by these cave devils, are are oppressing the poor ones, and the poor ones are trying to fight back and be like, nah, man, no, we don't want this, man. We want this. We want the things to be how it is supposed to be originally, how we were created to live and be. We this whole power struggle is irritating, and you house mother busters need to stop it. So that's why they're fighting. They're fighting because they want to exist in their own terms and ways and stuff like that. But the government doesn't want them to because Esau is the one that is telling these people what to do. Because in the Middle East, I wanted to say Saudi Arabia, but in the Middle East, you have all these people that have their own customs. But then America wants to go over there and tell the people like, you're not supposed to treat females like this. You're not supposed to do this. You're supposed to allow them to drive cars. You're supposed to do this. You're supposed to do that. And you're not supposed to kill sodomites. But the Middle Eastern people don't come or don't even talk about like, yo, y'all in the West, y'all need to kill sodomites. And y'all need to tell females not to drive this and not to do that. And not to do this and not to do that. And stuff like that. They don't do that. They don't impose their tongues. They don't impose their tongues, which is their ways, upon, no, let me get it here. They don't impose their ways upon these demonites, these Edomites. Right, now it says here, Psalms chapter 73, verse 9, 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. So For example, our people are being oppressed, but they speak wickedly concerning it. They'd be like, "Oh, it's nothing, we're all equal," and stuff like that. I'm like, what? What are you lying about, you devil? You can clearly see what these devils are doing to our people, but then you come as the devil you are, which is not surprising. Then you say, "No, we're all equal." Really? Why is a guy that's a professional pathological liar, an actor, a movie actor? Why they're pathological liars? Salary. If this is equality, right? So why is a pathological liar being paid this much for an hour of doing fucking nothing? He's just walking around lying his ass off. He's just lying his ass off. And these are the amounts of money that they make. What's it again? Um, no, per episode. $100,000 per episode. Is this guy getting paid? He's the Flash, but he doesn't have superpowers in real life. He's just an actor. He's lying that he has superpower. Know what I'm saying? And this is the devil. But this guy, Grant, what's his name? Grant, something with Grant, Gustin Grant, Gustin's Grant Gustin. Oh yeah, here, Grant Gustin. He's being paid $100,000 per episode. What is he doing? He's lying his ass off. He's really good at it, and that is equality. Yeah, if you believe equality, you're an idiot. They speak loftily, so they speak proud about it, man. For example, I'll show you an example, another example. Lofty, sorry, here. Wait. Loftily is defined as something done in an arrogant or haughty manner. What is haughty? Proud. Proud. It goes into arrogantly superior and disdainful. Disdainful mean they look down on you, man. They hate you. Showing contempt or lack of respect. They look down on you, man. Scornful. They don't like you, right? And what is loftily, for example? Sorry. What is speaking wickedly concerning oppression? I'll give you an example. If the Native Americans say that this is wicked and this is racist, then believe it. But they speak wickedly concerning this. No, this is not meant to be racist. But then you have logos like an Cowboys logo, and then you had the Cowboys against the, which is fucking Satanism, against the, you got the Cowboys against the Native Americans, basically the Redskins. Sorry, change the mascot. So they're telling you that this is racist. This is, you're oppressing our ancestors. You're showing us the hatred that you have. We don't want this. We don't want this. But still, they keep on using it. They don't give a shit. They value. They sell it in package, value pack. They do all these things. You know what I'm saying? They don't like it, but still they keep on talking. And how do you spell that? Sacred? I think I'm gonna spell it, but anyway, sacred. Yeah, sacred. Yeah, that. They're fighting for their land, but these devils is talking about, no, we come here and we, the pipeline, Native American pipeline. They wanted to build a pipeline through the North Dakota, and the people don't want it, but they're pressing them. They're talking about, you're going to destroy the food and water. You're going to destroy everything with the pipeline, the oil pipeline. If I'm correct, it was oil. Yeah, it was oil, right? So it says here, and scientific developments threaten lands deemed sacred by Native American tribes, but they keep on oppressing them. That's just an example. That's just one. How they speak wickedly concerning oppression, like, oh, it's nothing, it's just get over it. That's fucking wicked, man. They're the devil. They set their tongue against the heavens, and their tongue walketh through the earth, which is their philosophies. So they come to other countries and just do things. Meanwhile, the other nations are not actually trying to set up rules in America, because they speak wickedly concerning oppression, and they speak good for evil and evil for good. They change good toward evil and evil toward good. Now it says Amos chapter 5 and 15. Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that Yahweh the power, the Lord of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. In this case, it was talking about Joseph, but we know it's going to be unto the whole nation of Israel. But in this case, the not the nation of Joseph. I mean the northern tribes, because the northern tribes is going off, and the Most High said, "If you listen to me, I might have mercy on you, because of the things that you were doing in this time, right?" But it's going to be on the whole nation of Israel. But like I said, if you read this chapter, it's individually talking about the tribes under Joseph, because it was all the tribes under Joseph, which were the 10 tribes, right? Therefore, Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, the power of hosts, the Lord Yahweh, said, "Thus wailing shall be in the street." Wailing is crying. Our people will be crying, and it will happen again in this time. And they shall say in the highways, "Alas, alas!" And they shall call the husbandman to mourn, which is a planter of the vineyard, no more food. And such are as skillful to lament, to wailing. To lamentation, to wailing. Lamentation is crying. The passionate express of grief and sorrow, weeping. That's what happened to the Native Americans, right? Because they are the tribes that are under Joseph, that tribe, which is Ephraim, by the way. Ephraim's name is changed into Joseph. And then it says here in Ezekiel chapter 37, it says verse 15. Is it? I think 16. Moreover, thou son of man, he's talking about to Ezekiel. Take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah. Sorry. This is why we have the, how you call that thing? This thing. 12 tribe sign. This is why we have this. Of course, we don't have a stick, but this is a piece of paper, and the paper comes from a wood, and so this is a stick in a certain degree. It's just like this is a tree. Just like how this is a tree. It's a tree. It's just called chair because it's formed in the way of something that you now call a chair nowadays. But we know this is just it's piece of tree. It's a wood. It's a stick. So this is a stick. It's paper. Right. So take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and the children of Israel, his companions. Then take thee another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. So that's why we know that the stick, which is, where did I put it? Yeah, I know I clicked it away, but that's why we have here, as you can see, this form thing. Sorry, which is here on southern kingdom, and then you have this thing over here, which is northern kingdom, right? That's why we have that, which Ephraim is then the head tribe of the northern kingdom, and then Judah is the head tribe of the southern kingdom, which was left after that, which was left in the time of Yahweh when he was there. Right, so when going back to over here, and in all vineyards shall be wailing, for I will pass through thee, saith Yahweh. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So basically, I only have to read this one. I think there was another one also. I can't get it in my head right now. It says wait. Yeah, you're right. I found it. This and it says, Micah chapter 3, verse 2. Who hate the good and love the evil, and who pluck off their skin from off them, and their flesh from off their bones. That's just, if you read Ezekiel chapter 37, what we are doing, we're putting the flesh and the bones back on the Israelites. Lord willing, we're doing it. From the elder apostles on down to the little bit brothers like us for you. But then we're putting the skin back on the Israelites by telling them the truth. How are we putting the skin? If you read Ezekiel chapter 37, you will see verse 1 until verse 14. And then you will see what the wicked of our people are doing. They're doing this. They're doing Micah chapter 3, verse 2. And you know, on down. Because they're telling you lies, which is ripping the skin off of your flesh again. You know, right? But the point of this video is that you have these devils, they hate the evil and love the good. So they will change everything and make it upside down. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. The things that they are turning upside down are the things that are esteemed as a vase. And this is a vase, right? Vase. Most expensive vase on the earth is 53 million. That is Kwang vase, right? This is just a piece of clay. That's what it is. Most expensive pottery. Vase. What's it made of? Porcelain. It says, what the art world now knows is that the 16-inch tall vase is the most expensive piece of Chinese porcelain ever to come on to the market. Now it says porcelain. What's porcelain? What's porcelain? What is porcelain made of? Porcelain is traditionally made from two essential ingredients. Koilin, also called China clay. And what is clay? This thing over here. And where does clay come from? Clay comes from the ground, usually in areas where stream or rivers once flowed. It is made from minerals, plant life, and animals, all the ingredients of soil. Over time, water pressure breaks up the remains of flora, fauna, and minerals, pulverizing them into fine particles. So this is what it is. It's basically clay. Not basic. It is clay, not basically. They just have different words for it: earthware, porcelain, stoneware. But it's all different types of and different forms of clay. So that's what it is, and that's being esteemed. You know, it says, "Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay, the potter his clay, which is of us." And also other works that he makes with his hand is just the potter's clay. And what is a potter's? What is a potter? A potter is somebody that a person who makes pottery. And what is pottery? This is pottery. These things. It's clay. Right. So it says, shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work of him say, yes, for shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not. You can't do that, because you was made by the Heavenly Father. And now you're turning of things upside down, which is esteemed as the potter's clay, which is the Big Bang Theory. These devils are saying they was not created by the Heavenly Father. And everybody, especially in school and so-called science and stuff like that, they applaud this, they uphold this lie that we were created by a Big Bang Theory, because they're the devil, that's why. Or shall the thing framed? What is framed? Framed is a picture, for example. Framed. A picture. Here, see? This is framed. A poster. A poster is what you frame. You can go to jail. No, not that one. Art. Okay, look at there. Art is framed. Definition: framed, of a picture or similar, held in a frame. Right. Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? The Heavenly Father created you a certain way, and you telling the Heavenly Father like you don't have no understanding of what beauty is. Really? He framed you this way, but you frame yourself this way through the power of Esau, of course. It's a waste of time talking to them. I'm telling you, man. Like for real. If you want a headache, talk to them. Tell them how pretty they are. Now, as I said, these devils will take something that is good and will try and put a spin on it like you're bad for doing that, for saying this, for wanting this. I would love if they went to America and arrested everybody that looked like they are on steroids and then force you to take a piss test. By the way, that's here what they do in Sweden. Let me see. They do that in Sweden, which is a good thing. I actually like it. Yeah, I actually like it because I hate that shit. Because I know they're weak. These are people that have a mental disorder, which is actual disorder, because they are like females that put fake tits. So they're not satisfied with themselves. So what they're doing is they're trying to make you think that they look good. Meanwhile, they don't even feel good. So they faking the funk. They always want to do plastics surgery. That's because they don't feel like they look good. You know what I'm saying? But that's on them. This is their problem. Once the Heavenly Father gives us that power back, we're gonna wipe you out, and then everybody's happy, right? So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.